Yeah. So hardening of the network device, someone told like what are the services is really needed for these things. Okay. Must use the TACAS authentication for all user authentications. Okay. That means like suppose you are it should be like two-way or three-way handshake. Okay. Two-way or three-way form of authentication like that. That means like suppose Tayyab is a user and one other the user is there who want to access the device. That device details and that user details should be authenticated from the centralized managed server. Okay, that means the details should be stored and authenticated by the TACAS server. TACAS server is nothing but it's an encryption services or encryption server, which is basically used for authenticate the users at the network level. Okay, that means like suppose if I got a access to the some network device which is a more critical one. Okay, I got somehow I got a username and password. Okay, so Tayyab is not a user of some organization or some ministry, right? But I want to access, but I received a somehow I received a username and password of that device. Okay, but what I will do is I just try to log into the device, but I am not fail because this Tayyab is the user who is not authenticated using the TACAS. TACAS is one of the server through which it is centrally authenticated. That means that this user is not there in the centralized management, so he is not authorized to use the that particular device. So such kind of mechanism you have to follow when you are hardening any network device. I'm talking about the network devices now. So coming to the next, there is a password encryption. So what do you mean by password encryption? So suppose there is a possibility like suppose if you are giving a username and password. Okay. Suppose there is a configuration file which has been saved into your PC, right? So the configuration file, when you just copy and paste in your system, when you open the configuration file, that generally the configuration file will be in the form of .txt. That means the .txt format. So when you just double click and open it, so even though your username is visible and your password is also visible, right? So these things, this should not be happen, right? So your password should not be viewable or visible. Okay. So the password encryption techniques is also one of the technique. So we'll see like this network checklist when we come to the network checklist, how to perform this, how to configure a network device, how to handle a various hardening steps. We'll see in the one by one session how to harden this network and all those things. Okay. Configure NTP to a standard source. So what do you mean by NTP? What do you mean by NTP? Network time protocol? Okay. So why basically NTP is really needed for your this thing is like suppose there is a time 10 o'clock. So it should match with all the users, with all the users in the network, right? So it should not be like there is a time, the time lag should not be there. Okay. So something like suppose if any intrusion happens, so you can easily see at what time it has been happened. Okay. So that means the time should be synchronized to all the devices or to all the servers or to all the network devices in the network. Okay. So these are the, for this purpose, we have to configure the NTP stands for the network time protocol. Okay. So it is also one of the service which is needed for the crucial for the network devices. Okay. So disable unencrypted login services. As I told, like Telnet, HTTP, FTP, these are the default login services which are required by the network devices. Okay. So Telnet, instead of Telnet or HTTP, you can, instead of Telnet, you can use SSH that to version 2. Why version 2? Version 2 is it is an encrypted format. That means it uses cryptographic algorithms. Okay. Why you have to HTTP instead of HTTP? I recommend to use HTTPS. Why means HTTP is not secure. That means suppose I am the user who is accessing this network device in the network, so I can easily sniff your data Wireshark. Okay, by running the Wireshark, I can easily see your username and password with the Telnet as well as HTTP. So what is the recommendation here? I have to use SSH version 2 or I have to use HTTPS. So I have to use whether I have to use SSH version for the terminal mode, and if you are using a GUI mode, you have to use HTTPS, secure authentication. Okay. So these are the disable neighbor discovery protocol, CDB, LLDB. These are the neighbor discovering protocol. That means there are some n number of Cisco devices are there in the network. Okay. So it gives a advertisement. यार मेरा दूसरा network is also Cisco device. मैं again दूसरा device is also Cisco device. So another my device is also Cisco device. Gives the discovery. That means it gives advertisement here. Your neighbor device is also Cisco device. Your neighbor device is also Cisco device. That means you have n number of Cisco devices which are there in the network. So instead of why the advertisement is really needed. So for that purpose, these are the default services which are in your network device. Okay. So for hardening security of the network devices, you should always you have to disable the CDP, Cisco Discover Protocol. CDP stands for the Cisco Discover Protocol, and LLDP services should be always disabled. Okay, always disabled in the network. Always disabled in the network device. If it is really needed, you can have the access control written, which you can see in the below configure syslog. Okay, so configure syslog is nothing but like suppose how many members are logged into the device. So what are the login and logs? So it should move to the centralized syslog server. Okay, configure access control list. So why we have to use this access control list? Though we are using all HTTPS, we are using SSH, we are disabling CDP, LLDP, and all those things, right? So where basically your access control list is required is suppose there are some old devices are there where your HTTPS is HTTPS or SSH is not compatible. That means it is not compatible. So at that purpose, whether you can use the access control list for the particular device to be configured. Okay, for particular device, for particular IP address, this particular service is needed. Okay, so for this particular IP for particular destination, you needed an access control list. Okay, so at that time, so this is one of the hardening level. Okay, suppose if a device is not compatible with a high-end device, then you can use this access control list to control the existing weakness in your PCs or network device. Okay, so SNMP is also you have to always disable, and you should always use a secure version of the SNMP. Secure version of the SNMP is SNMP version 3. SNMP version 3 is nothing but you have a version 1, version 2, and version 3. Version 1 is plain text, and again the higher version is SNMP version 2. Version 2 is also like it uses the privilege mode, but your data will be flown in your plain text. What exactly the SNMP version 3 has done is it has included the encryption technique in the SNMP version 3. Okay, so these are some of the things you have to see while you are configuring any network devices, while you are configuring any authentication security devices, etc. So these are some of the services. Someone told like what are the vulnerable services which we really we need to be disabled. I think you can disable the following services as soon as possible in your Cisco switches or routers or whatever it may be network devices if it is really not needed. Okay. If suppose the TCP in some organization there will be a requirement like I should use a telnet. So at that time you can have a access control list to be written and you can you can disable it as per the access control list. Okay. So these are the default, some of the services, auto configuration, telnet, FTP, HTTP, all web services running on router. HTTP web services is nothing but your port 80, etc., etc. Okay. So these are some of the default services you can just disable in your at your network level. Okay.